force! My Python experiment will make Cobra invincible!
Python Patrol. Vehicles and figures sold separately.
Jump!
Hey, this is Mike from Junkie on Crafts and Builds, and this is the impressions video for G.I. Joe Classified Series number 66, Python Crimson Guard. So I have to give a shout out to a few people in the toy community, and especially in the DMV area. One is to Antoine. I want to thank you for posting that you saw these at a local Target in the area. I was able to get there real quick after work and pick this guy up. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, I need to thank a good friend of mine and fellow collector Marco, who will be receiving this Crimson Guard, and in trade I will get a new bazooka. So I just need to take a moment and say how awesome it is to be in this toy community and the action figure community, and here in the DMV there's a lot of really passionate collectors here, and they're always looking out for one another. There's plenty of Facebook groups that are trying to help fellow collectors find things. As you know, Hasbro is still trying to figure out how to get things out on time or when they say. Thank you to you guys and everyone else in the toy community for being active, being positive, and just being cool. So let's go ahead and start looking at this figure, and we're going to start with the box. So as you can see, this is kind of like the last dying breath of this window package with the unique art on the front. We have the Python Patrol symbol, and we have a image of the figure. Again, Python Crimson Guard. There's a really nice side view of the Crimson Guard image. Again, he is number 66. There are his stats if you care. And here is the back of the box. He is 6.5 inches, and he comes with all these accessories. And all these accessories you've seen if you have this guy. But we'll get back to him later. So that's it for the box. Let's open them up. So here's the Python Crimson Guard accessories out of the box. From left to right, we have his backpack, which is identical again to the original Crimson Guard, but it's in this black plastic with this texture sculpt to simulate leather. Got a silver Cobra symbol. Nothing on the buckles. Again, a dry brush would do great. We got a peg for the assault rifle and a port to hold the saber scabbard. So standard fare. Next we have his ceremonial knife. It's got this really cool gunmetal black metallic paint on the blade and this maroon hilt. We have his pistol. Again, black plastic, identical to what we already have, and it is blast effect compatible. Next we have his assault rifle, and again that metallic black is on the bayonet here, and we got this really nice maroon color on the stock, and the magazine is removable, and it also is blast effect compatible. The hole is there. Final accessories include his ceremonial saber and scabbard. Fortunately, this copy, they are both straight as all get out, so that's fantastic. With the saber, it again has this really cool gunmetal black metallic paint on the blade and the maroon hilt. And the scabbard is just black plastic with a little bit of that sculpting for the leather, and it just slides right in. And for the easiest and most important comparison, here's the Crimson Guard with the Python Crimson Guard. As you can see, I have them kind of set up in their various ways to hold their accessories, with the regular Crimson Guard holding his saber on his belt, and the Python Crimson Guard having it attached to his backpack. But like I said, these guys are identical in pretty much every way except for color. Their articulation is the same, and if you want to see what the Crimson Guard articulation is like, please check out my video. I'll put a link to it up here in the box on the right. Aesthetically, I mean, some of the color choices, if you're not into Python Patrol, this is not going to do anything for you, and it's an easy pass. But if you are collecting everything and such, it's actually not as horrible as I was initially thinking of with the renders, especially with the yellow. It is much more of a mustard colored, like a French's yellow mustard versus kind of like what it was, like a brighter neon or something. At least that's what my thoughts of it were when I saw the renders. But it's really nice with a little bit of changes with the deco. And I want to point those out. So I'm going to move this guy out of the way for now. And I want to focus in on this guy right here and start looking at some of the differences with the deco. And we're going to start with the head. So starting with the head, obviously we have this silver faceplate with this really dark maroon visor across the front here. Looks pretty cool. The symbol on top of the helmet's the same. When we get down to the collar here, you can see the detail where they actually put like a little silver lining around the collar, whereas that's identical with the Crimson Guard as well. So that's good attention to detail and maintaining consistency. The amplets up here on his shoulders is a silver, but it has a dark maroon for the gem. The medals are a red with a silver back, compared to the silver and black of the Crimson Guard. Where the Crimson Guard has the Crimson Guard symbol, the Python Patrol has the Python symbol. So with the forearms, you can see they have this red ribbon painted around with a dark gray line going at the very edge of the sleeve. And that line is not on the regular Crimson Guard. The paint is actually pretty sharp down here, going close to the waist. We have this light gray plastic with a dark gray line on both sides. Identical boots are identical. Again, everything else on here is really nice. They kept the same attention to detail with the buckles, painting them silver. So overall, they did a really decent job for this repaint. And here he is with the rest of the Python Patrol figures that have been released so far. We have the Python Officer, or is he infantry? This video is being filmed right after San Diego Comic-Con, where they had some new reveals, and they have another render of a Python Patrol officer that is actually in the deco that matches the vintage line. So this would actually be the infantry or the Cobra Trooper for the Python Patrol versus the officer. But I digress. We also have some Python Vipers, Python Bats. And if you didn't get any of these guys last fall when they were on clearance for like $7, I don't know what to tell you. They're not bad figures at all. They're older, obviously older ones. They got pinned elbows and knees, but they are great fodder for customizing. Final impressions of the Crimson Guard for Python Patrol. He is a good redeco of an existing character that we all have. For those that say that, oh my gosh, certain companies, all they do is redecos. They use the same pieces over and over again. Every company does it. Do I recommend this guy? If you have the other Python Patrol figures and you are a completionist with them, then yeah, he's a good pickup. He's starting to become available now. But if you are not in on this sub team, if you don't like it, easy pass. So that's pretty much all I have for the Crimson Guard. Thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, I hope I've earned your subscription. And check out the other videos I have in the playlist for G.I. Joe Classified. Thanks for watching. Bye.